Podcast with Rich Keefe. It's the DORK. Podcast and Davey. It's the DORK. Podcast. Hashtag. It's the hashtag DORK Podcast.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hashtag Dork. It's Dem Thrones Boyz back at it again. Episode 7, Season 2, House of the Dragon. Keefe, Davey, and Scheim. One final episode to go next week. So I know the anticipation, at least on my end, was a massive penultimate episode. I thought there was going to be a lot more action than there was. Doesn't mean I didn't like the episode or so, but Davey, I know you were asking for more action, so where did you come down on tonight's episode? All spoilers.
So I came down on, there wasn't as much, there's plenty of death, right? But there wasn't as much martial action. There's not, no armies or anything, but this was pretty good action. A lot of deaths on screen, which was nice.
Scrim?
Yeah, I got to be honest. I don't know that we're even going to get a whole lot of action going forward. I think today was a good episode. It's kind of sets the scene, but I'm still not convinced that we're going to get as much war-esque action that we want.
Yeah, I know we're getting a third season, so maybe some of that is sort of teases ahead to the next season. I don't know. I mean, episode 4 was so crazy, and I thought that I wasn't really expecting it then when we got it. I thought that might be a little bit later, and all of a sudden out of nowhere you get like these mega powers all in the sky fighting. You get a big character death, you get a big dragon death, you get a character injured, another dragon likely dead. Like you get a lot then, and now it's been a little bit more build up and all the sides, and really 3 sides, as we always talk about. There's 3 sides to this now. There's 3 people that think that they're in charge, and they're all kind of just building the pieces. I'll tell you what though, the final 15 minutes of this episode I thought was fantastic, because there's not a cooler setting than being in Dragonstone and then walking down that little runway and being like, there's dragons in here somewhere. You can't see them, but they're everywhere. They're in here.
And when they appear just like behind Rhaenyra, that shot of her standing in front of Vermithor was one of the coolest shots in the show.
How about him being an absolute hoss too, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Big unit. We had the graph last week. We could probably pull that up again, where it was the sizes of all like the marquee dragons, and he is the second biggest living dragon, and it's really not that far off, right? I mean, he's Vhagar, we know, is the biggest, but Vermithor, or the Bronze Fury.
Yeah, so he's the fiercest too. So he's a little smaller, but he's got a little bit more pep in his step. Now, I would like to point out before I forget that it's probably a good idea to wait till the dragon had eaten good before you approach it.
Yes.
Which I think that guy did.
Smart.
I forget, what's the blacksmith's name?
Hugh Hammer.
I knew he was somebody because they kept showing him for like no reason.
Yeah, we have been talking about this for a while.
Yeah.
Hugh, and then Ulf, and then Ulf. Adam and Alex. Like all season, they've been showing us these guys, and we're like, something's got to happen with them. You don't just show us these guys for no reason. And then sure enough, Hugh Hammer and Ulf both get dragons. And it's a little on the nose that Hugh Hammer, the blacksmith, got the dragon known as the Bronze Fury.
Yeah.
Sick.
And that was nuts though. So Vermithor goes in there, he's like, yeah, I'm not having it. So just lights everybody up, and then decides to just like eat them Jurassic Park style, like grabbing a couple of guys, just chewing them up, and then he's just smashing shit to pieces. And then he's just like, which I read that as Hugh Hammer being like, I'm going to die, so I'm just going to go out there and be like, I'm dead. Is that how you guys read it? Or did you read it?
Well, he sacrificed himself for the girl, right?
Yeah.
And then,
And then he's like, come on, dude. Like, this is over.
All
and,
right.
and Vermithor's like, you have gained my respect, sir.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Because it was raining shit on Rhaenyra, and yet all those guys in the crew being like, "This is insane! Like, we're not doing this. Like, this isn't like these are magical beings, and you are like disrespecting everything involved." She's like, "No, I got it." And then they kill like 20 people immediately in front of her. And you're like, "Oh man, oh no,
these guys are right." And then they weren't. So fuck those guys. Those
That's right.
Valerian speaking idiots.
Yep.
You don't know,
Dumbasses.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I believe the other dragon, Silverwing, which I do not see on our chart here. Clearly not as big as Vermithor or Vhagar, but I would say it's kind of in the sea smoke Caraxes vein. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, and did Ulf step on like an egg? Was there an egg there?
That's what I thought. I thought
That's what it looked like.
It looked like he broke an egg. Yeah. So I thought like stepping on an egg, I thought that was immediately gonna kill him. You know? I thought it was like, all right, you're done.
Or did he like smell? Did he like step in it and then like smelled like one of
it's possible
a dragon baby? Maybe.
Or maybe he like stepped in a spot where the dragon baby was next. I'm not.
Yeah. So like he smelled like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think Ulf's deal was when they found out that like, hey, we're looking for Targaryens? You've always said you're a Targaryen. He's like, I don't know. He does the old high school hero thing. He's like, I
would have made it.
The injury.
Yeah,
I would have, but the injury. That's
took an arrow to the knee. Yeah.
Sorry.
Like,
well, then he was finally honest where he's like, I don't know if I can really believe my mom. Like she told me these things, but like I don't know for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Because he was saying when he told his story in the bar, however many episodes ago, was he Viserys and Damon's brother?
Correct. So he's saying that he's the bastard son of like Balon the Brave, I believe his name was.
Okay. And then Hugh Hammer basically saying that he would be the cousin of Damon and Viserys.
Well, his mom, no, he'd be the nephew because his mom was a bastard. I don't know what you call a female bastard, but his mom was born from a Targaryen and somebody else.
Well, no,
right?
No, I think he was saying his mother was a Targaryen and she was the sister of
Viserys' dad.
Yeah, correct.
But I thought his mom was a hooer.
Yeah, no,
and but they mentioned that she had silver hair. Like everyone wanted to bang someone with silver hair.
Yeah. But she like I guess got pushed off to the side or something because then she was saying something along the lines of she's like, you know, you're no worse than my brother's boys or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm saying like her brother, the whore's brother had Damon and Viserys. So if that's the case, then he would be cousins with them. That's how I read it.
Mine was a bit different. I thought she was born from a Targaryen out of wedlock and was a daughter who then became a friend of the road who then sired Hugh Hammer.
Okay. I mean,
that's how I read it.
Yeah. I think either way, it's like
not all bastards are males, as we found out. You know,
sure.
I don't know what you call a female. What do you call a female bastard?
Good question.
I'm trying to Google it.
Army of bastards.
A bastress? See that in the chat? Bastress, maybe.
Bastress. Go could be. Yeah, Jay. It could be bastress. Did you guys find the first person to step forward to try to claim Vermithor? Did you find the eye placement puzzling?
Yeah. A wee bit.
Well, one was all it was pretty gory, but it looked like he didn't have to look both ways to cross the street, you know? They were kind of out for themselves.
Yeah. It's like weird. I didn't give that guy like a triple take, which I'm sure he did me. So I was like, what the shit?
So good. A bastard is genderless, so you can be either.
There you go. Got all the bastards. Army of bastards could be anything. Inglorious bastards.
That's right.
It's all good. I love the opening shot, and Davey Snaps as a photographer, you had to appreciate wide open beach, 2 dragons on separate sides with the 2 people separate sides, and like that's how it opens up.
Symmetry. I'm a man of symmetry, if nothing else.
It was great.
It was awesome, and I love how Adam was just like, she's like, you got down on a knee pretty fast. He's like, I don't listen. I'm just trying to learn here. And then, you know, Rhaenyra is like, I didn't fucking do this to her son. Like, you're letting all these people. Yeah. You slow down, pal.
He's a little bit, you know what he's turned into is one of these like prep school kids. He's like, hey, like, what are they doing here? He's like, we're the highborn. Like, we don't mess around.
He called them mongrels. And then she kind of like does like a head tilt to him. Like, interesting. You don't like bastards, huh?
No.
Weird.
But then he even called her out for that. And he's like, when you took Sir Strong into your bed, did you not think I would? I'm like, Jesus, man, you're out of line. You don't talk to your mom that way.
And she wanted to hit him. She came over, put her hands on his shoulder, and she's like, I want to slap you right now, but I'm not going to because I'm a parent.
He's losing me. I don't know what's going on with
He's on 5th. I'm a little upset with him right now.
Yeah, he's got to cool it. He's got a cool. He's freaking out a little bit, but yeah.
Well,
the Adam element to it is like it's almost too good to be true because Rhaenyra's like, hey, we need to find a couple dragon riders, and then like obviously hope that they're on our side. And then all of a sudden, Sea Smoke has a rider, and he's like, I'm on your team. And she's like, wait a minute, like
that was fast.
This
okay,
is way too easy. But then his, talking to Corlys because she's like, so who's your parents? He's like, nobody. She's like, this is weird. Like, and you can ride a dragon.
Yeah. But I did like that the older brother was just like, this isn't for me. Like, I don't really care.
I'm of sea and salt.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really I have no delusions of grandeur here. Like, I'm on this boat for you. That's what I'm doing. Switching gears, I did like the young Tully, sticking fucking Damon's nose in it.
That guy's smart. That kid can play ball.
He knew what he was doing the whole time. I think he was
played him
cards close. And waited for the cavalry to kind of show up and kind of called him out. And then he realized he's like, all right, I hate both these two dudes. I'll make the one cancel the other one out.
But it was great that he was like, when Damon's like, he swore allegiance to me. And he's like, not so fast. I didn't say shit to you. I swore to Rhaenyra, not you.
Yep.
Mr. King's consort or Queen's consort.
3 times in a row, he's like, no matter how shitty the guy is,
he sucks.
And every time they pan to Simon Strong, and he's like, oh God, what's going to happen here?
Yeah, boy. I think
Don't
we all agree.
Enough.
Yeah, I think we all agree. This guy fucking sucks.
Like, watch your tongue. He's like, why?
He's like, why? What are you gonna do?
Shit all.
I gotta look around here. Yeah. And then he turns to him. He's like, do you want the army or not?
Yeah.
You want our army or not? You play ball. You need me more than I need you.
Yeah. Pretty wild though. I mean, he called Damon out completely. He called his bluff. Even got him to take Blackwood out. Because that whole, you were wondering where that was going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But Damon's got to be still swimming in it because he has one dragon. Obviously, he's got his dragon. There's really, and now he has got a lot of foot soldiers now because he's got this deal.
Technically,
it's tentative. The deal's tentative.
He is like tripping balls still too. Like he is all over the place with the Viserys vision and the just.
It's too much.
I'm kind of over it with Damon. Like I kind of just I hope he dies in the next episode at this point. I want him out of the way.
And I'm gonna say it, him and Allison. I'm over your shit.
Oh my God.
This. What are you doing? You're running away.
What is that?
Yeah, you going for a soak? What are you doing?
She's on a retreat.
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna pull a Skylar White from Breaking Bad and just walk into the water, just keep walking. Just keep walking. So like nobody pulls her out. But yeah, it's kind of like that's sort of run its course. Like she's kind of nobody listens to her. She's
having
she's having a real sad about. So I was like, whatever. But yeah, the thing with Damon is it's taken too many episodes, and he has just been a part. And we never even got the messenger, right? Am I going crazy? The guy that Rhaenyra sent
still hasn't shown up.
Go talk to him about what's going on, and we're like, oh, that guy's gonna die immediately. He hasn't even gotten there yet.
How long's it been?
Not doing it. Feels like it's been a while. Feels like
we've had like 3 episodes since that happened.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that guy? Did we miss something?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
That was Sir Alfred, I think. That was When was that? That was maybe episode 5. Yeah. Oh no, 4.
Right.
Might have been
4. I was just like 3 episodes.
The dragon fight. I think that was in 4.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
Where's
he been? And where's Otto?
Yeah, Otto's still nowhere to be found. Allison's out just glamping. Like it's a disaster.
In her yurt.
Yeah, it's just
it's not good.
When are we heading back to the city, my queen? I'm not sure we're ever going back.
I'm gonna go.
I'm just trying to find myself.
I have a little eat, pray, love right now.
I'm gonna put my best swimming nightgown on and have a little bit of a sink.
We're gonna have a camp out. We're gonna do some beef stroganoff.
I'm like,
over the fire.
Good to see King Aegon on his feet.
Oh, dude, can we just like as a collective decide never to show his little ear hole again? Like that was disgusting.
Don't need it. Don't eat
And he like rolled over so you could just, it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like staring right into his brain. I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah, that is intense. That goes all the way through. Going back to Damon, I thought it was pretty crazy when he was in Harrenhal and he said this.
Any of these little fuckers ever pop out of the fucking wall and say, fuck, there's a horse cock in my room or a donkey dick?
Adult boy. They got the adult.
What's with you guys see that was the witch? What's with the fucking Black Thomas
I don't know.
showing up? The goat.
Oh yeah, he's in there having well, that's like a sign of the devil. I don't know if the devil's in this show, but
Is that Alice? Is she shape shifting? Yeah.
Probably. Again,
Possible.
it's Luigi's Mansion. Anything could happen.
it's chaos in there. You don't know what's up and what's down. They need to move on from that, or they need to have like the Tully scene was definitely a good one. That was like the best thing that's happened there since he arrived. Like when he arrived, it was funny. When like that was great when he was like, guys, I'm taking Harrenhal, and they're like, it's yours. It's like,
come on in.
Yeah. And then it's just been like spinning our wheels.
They need to either kill Damon or go like full Yellow Jackets, where they start with the giant like antler head and turn him into like a cannibalistic warlord.
Yeah, it could be something.
Well, you know what's funny? Was it the first season? Remember there was like that crab person, like the crab people or whatever?
Yeah,
crab eater. Yeah,
that'd be a good backstory for them. It's like they lose their mind in Harrenhal and they become these like psychos of the.
I like that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, it's not
but
bad.
I'm just still thinking about like Allison like going away. And she's like, I'm just gonna go, and like people are gonna miss me, and then no one even asked where she is.
Nobody gave a shit. She wouldn't even know. She's gonna come back. Like, no,
she was gone.
Like no,
not even her son gives a shit where she is.
It's like I've been gone for like a week. He's like, you have shit.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
So
let's talk about what kind of a wild card that Ulf is. So Ulf, against all odds, gets a dragon. Right? He's not even, they're not even there for that dragon. They're there for Verminthor. And then what I think is cool is like you get a little like he's a little sneak peek at down like what the fuck is even down there, and then he gets the dragon, and then he immediately flies it to King's Landing, like. Immediately takes off and is zipping around. They're all like, huh? People are screaming. So then Aemon jumps on Vhagar and then takes off and goes full go. And like you can tell he still doesn't have like full control of Vhagar. You know, he's like, turn around. I mean, fucking really turn around.
But I think I was smart that he sniffed it out. They're like, wait, they're trying to get me over there. But at that point it'd be 4-on-1, right?
It was just, and it was more so just like a show of power from Rhaenyra. Like, I want you to see, I now have fucking 5 dragons on my team. You're screwed if you want to fight this.
To your one, right? That's the only one left.
So you think that was the play? Because I just wonder, like, you're sending a guy who has ridden a dragon for 5 minutes.
Well, that's the thing. So, like, we can stand to lose him.
Right? I guess you don't want to lose the dragon.
You don't want to lose a dragon. I think the dragon would probably be fine. If Ulf goes, we still have a dragon. We still have Verminthor. We still have like the other 2 dragons. We have Sea Smoke.
And I also think too that like it was the expendable, yes, but it's also it has to be a dragon Aemon hasn't seen. Because otherwise he would just be like, oh, there's, Rhaenyra scouting or Jacaerys scouting. And when he sees a dragon he doesn't recognize, he wants to follow it and figure out who the hell it is. Shit. And that's when he appears at Dragonstone to see Rhaenyra with all her dragons.
I forgot Jace had a dragon. So it's like 6-on-1.
Yeah, so it's the 3 new dragons. Rhaenyra's dragon is it Tyrax?
Yep.
And then Jace's dragon Vermax.
So that's 5. And then Damon.
And then technically Damon's a wild card, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count Damon.
So
Damon has
Caraxes.
Yeah, Caraxes. Yeah. So according to our chart, Caraxes is basically a little bit bigger than Sea Smoke and Cyrax, but it's way smaller than Verminthor. Smaller than so is Dreamfire one that has not been claimed yet?
I thought we said that was Viserys's dragon.
Well, yeah, but right now, who's riding it?
I think maybe that's the one that's blowing shit up.
Fucking shit up.
Or like the one that was it? I keep getting Bela or Rhaena.
I think it's Rhaena. So yeah, Rhaena. That's another good point. So Rhaena's definitely sniffing around some of these like carcasses.
Looking for a dragon.
He kind of like went on her own.
Well, the other thing too, like one thing that troubled me too is so she's leaving for like Pentos with those little guys, and then she just kind of peels off, and then nobody really is like, "Hey, where you going?"
Yeah,
no,
nobody cared.
She was just like, yeah, she's like, you guys.
She's like, "F this, I'm out. I'm on my own."
Yeah, yeah. So then we also have so some of this, and I know a lot of you guys have read the books probably, because there's certain things that we know are going to happen in the books that I don't know. And because like the other week I was tweeting about dragons, and then I got a bunch of responses, and I was like, well, I don't think that's happened in the show yet. But you know what I'm saying? Like there's definitely some of these unclaimed dragons that there are several people out there that know who get them. So, but like here, we're just kind of playing the guessing game because I have no clue. I have no idea. Like Scheim, you've read the books, right? But just like a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I was like,
yeah, don't worry. Hey, I come in here, I don't spoil nothing. I
spoil nothing.
Around like I bat it around like I ain't know nothing. I ain't know.
But there is a so that's in the Vale, right? So there's a Vale dragon that is no one's riding right now.
Correct.
Huh. Yeah.
And what's her name wants a full grown dragon, so she wants, but they give her like 2 baby ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Rhaena tried to bond with a dragon already. I think it was Vermithor in particular.
Yes.
And Vermithor almost burned her alive.
Twice. Yeah, they mentioned in the episode she was 4 years old and 10 years old. I just sticking a 4-year-old in front of Vermithor. Like,
well, it's crazy because like they talk about. They also mentioned in this episode, one of the guys on the small council for Aemond was talking to Aemond, and he's like, "Yeah, your brother Darren is like growing up now, but Darren's still a little kid." Yeah. And then he's like, "Yeah, his dragon's just about big enough to fight. So within a couple years, he'll be able to fight too."
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think they're gonna make I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, there's a lot of little dragons that we gotta worry about.
Yeah.
It's at some point. But basically it's 5 on 1-on-1.
Correct.
Basically. If you count Damon as his own country,
yeah, I would
5 on 1-on-1.
At this point, I for sure would count him as his own kind of entity. So yeah, 5 on 1-on-1 should be. I mean, if Hugh Hammer really has full control over Vermithor, I would think just Vermithor and like one other dragon could probably beat Vhagar. That's how big that son of a bitch is. He's a
and that's the thing too. When you watch Vhagar, like it's big, but it looks old. Like it looks it's a little weathered. Beat up. Whereas Vermithor comes out and he looks built at like a brick shit house.
Because just to go back to this all over again, Vhagar was Damon's wife's, his like second wife's dragon, right? Like the one that he had kids with. Yeah, remember? And then she was like died like during childbirth because season 1 all it was childbirth issues.
Vhagar is so old; it was around during the original Aegon's conquest.
Oh, that's an old ass.
It was written by Aegon's sister Visenya when they took Westeros.
Okay.
Oh, that's an old ass dragon.
Going back to season 1, wasn't Vhagar the dragon that the mother of Damon's kids, who I guess they were married,
Lena
flew, and then when she died, remember, and like because Damon, that was when you like the opposite was true, right? Like Viserys like pushed his wife through it, and Damon was like, no, don't. But then she still died anyway, and then she had Vhagar light her up. Remember, she went out.
I don't know if it was it Vhagar?
Yes, it was Vhagar, and then Vhagar chose Aemond.
Yeah, and then like he snuck out in the night and like went after him, and like you were like, oh wow, like so as soon as he got him, you're like, that's a big deal. So yeah, all that shit's cool, but yeah, he does. He looks weathered. He looks like he's got
a bit of a gut on him.
Yeah,
he's got hangs down a little bit. Yeah,
no quickness. There's no quickness there. He's just a big, like a freight train. Is what this guy is. So yeah, I mean, I think at this point, even though Rhaenyra's lost a bunch of people, she's got to feel as though things are kind of on the up and up right now. She's got to train those guys a little bit better.
Yeah, she has 3 more dragons on her side, and clearly Adam seemed a little quick to it, but bent the knee right away. Yeah, and then Hugh and Ulf, you would assume would lend a hand, seeing as she hooked them up with dragons, gave them the chance for dragons.
What do you guys think Loras, the old Clubfoot's play is in this episode? Because he was given some information which proved to be true, but obviously it was like a game of telephone, and he was like, maybe you hang on to that. But he was like, but he's still trying, like he's still communicating with Aegon, pretty regularly, and he's also talking to the Maester separately. And then he's doing his Game of Whispers thing. But like, what do you think his play is? What's his overall game?
Like Scheim said, he's playing both sides. He wants to see who's coming out on top.
Yeah.
And right now he knows Aemon doesn't need him because, as evident in the last episode, like Aemon's like, I don't fucking need your help. And
he called him a toad.
Yeah, he called him a toad. And so now he's really trying to make sure that he's the reason Aegon gets back on his feet, and he's there for Aegon, so that when Aegon does hopefully come back and be king, he would choose Loras to be like right next to him.
Davey, do you think Aegon makes like enough of a recovery? Like he's never going to be the same again, right? Like the guy's not going to be, your first
he's
pick
Harvey Dent
in dodgeball. But do you think he is going to be on the throne again?
No, he's like, look, if I'm him, I'm like, I don't want to do this. I don't fucking do this anymore. Just get me back to humping. Then I'm good. Humping and drinking.
Anymore.
That's all I want to do. And if you can get me back to that game plan, I'm fine.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard him say directly to the Maester, there's too much shit on me. I don't even want to be here anymore.
Too much fucking shit on me.
Yeah, seriously. So of the new Dragon Riders, because like that's the big risk with Rhaenyra is like she doesn't know these people. Like these people aren't 100% on her side. So even though Adam sounds like he is, we'll see. Hugh was given the opportunity through her, but he could obviously change his. Well, Hugh, I feel the most confident in because Hugh,
I agree.
In fact, hates what's going on now at King's Landing. He's been the most affected by it. So I feel very strongly about Vermithor sticking sides.
And I bet too, Hugh can be even more easily swayed. Like if he goes to Rhaenyra and says, "Hey, my wife, the only person I care about, is stuck in King's Landing. You get her to Dragonstone, I will do anything you ask me to.
Anything you want. If you do that and make my daughter not sick, not look like a goddamn ghost."
Yeah.
And then Adam seems like he just wants glory. So if Rhaenyra is going to win, he'll stay on her team, and she has the most dragons, so that's where he'll be. And then Ulf feels the most wishy-washy.
Yeah. Oh, for sure he is. Like whatever.
Also, he's going to showboat. He's going to bring the dragon to the pub.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Damon could get him for all we know. Like,
wait, his daughter died?
Yeah, so he said that there. He's like, I couldn't keep our daughter alive.
Yeah, so
that's what.
Sorry.
That's why the only person that matters to him is his wife at this point.
Just his wife.
Oh, shit. She didn't die on screen though, right?
He mentioned it when he was speaking to her.
Yeah.
God damn it. I left the room for like 1 second and I must have missed that line of dialogue.
Here's a good question from Dina in the chat. Can they reclaim Vhagar? So basically once the dragon rider would have to die.
Correct.
And then somebody else, whoever that person is, would have to, and then they could sort of steer it to their side. But who the hell knows? And then it
would be funny if the dragon was just like, no, I'm out.
I don't want to play anymore.
I don't like you. I don't like you anymore.
I'm sick of it. But I mean, I guess so. Like,
technically, I don't know if that's true, right? Because technically, Laenor Velaryon is not dead, but Adam has now claimed Sea Smoke, correct?
Oh,
because Laenor Velaryon was just shipped away.
So my guess is she is dead, but maybe not. We haven't seen her dead.
No, him. Rhaenyra's first husband.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yes, I would think that he is dead because I don't know why I thought that. Maybe I read that somewhere. Not that he was dead, but I read that like once a dragon is claimed, like that's who they have, and they can't get a new rider until.
Well, so that's why I guess that's what I was confused about as well, because like all accounts were that Laenor was just shipped away and he just disappears forever, but that's why Sea Smoke was freaking out because he knew he was still alive, but he didn't know what to do because he couldn't find him.
Oh,
but then all of a sudden he's like, "Fuck this! I'm just gonna pick Adam. He's the closest thing.
Closest thing to him.
The closest thing to him, exactly. The closest thing he has to a brother."
Yes. Okay. So that makes sense. And I can see like he doesn't know where he is, so he's kind of freaking out. But like in the case of Vhagar, like wouldn't the smart play be if you're either Damon or Rhaenyra, is like you got to find Aemon somewhere in the city. You have to kill him.
Yeah, murk him.
Yeah. Don't even let him get up in the sky with the thing. Like just take him out, and then Vhagar's like, what does Vhagar care? Vhagar's just gonna go eat his sheep and like fly around.
She just wants to lay in the trees. She doesn't.
I'm old and confused.
Chilling. Every time she's just chilling in the trees, like doing nothing.
Snoozing.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like that seems like a no-brainer to me. It's like just take him out. Because
they also don't have any Targaryens to claim dragons at this point, right? Because like except Aegon, one of Aegon's kids is still alive, but they're like 4. You already killed one of them by accident. There's still another one left that I guess is 4. So like I guess theoretically they could try, but there's, as Rhaena is the perfect example of, there's no guarantee that it would even work.
Well, Aegon's sister is probably going to be a player in this too at some point.
Because Helena, but you think she's going to be a dragon rider?
No,
like,
but I think
there's fight.
She's like a oracle too. Like she
is tapped, but they're also building her up to be like, not that you want to do like Mad Queen, like 100-something years before you. Really
but like the craziness of the Targaryens type.
But like you're destroying my life. Like you have just destroyed everything I care about. So like I'm gonna hop on one of these bad boys and just tear stuff up. I can.
Or is she gonna be like a Bran? Can she warg?
Maybe. Yeah, it's true. Like why not? Why not? All right, so next episode, the final episode of the season, do we lose any dragons?
Oh, yeah.
I think we probably, I thought we might this one, unless they're just.
I say no. I don't think any more dragons die.
Or maybe we just claim whatever the last 1 or 2.
I think Rhaena will claim a dragon here at the end of the in this final episode. She'll find this wild dragon and claim it.
Yes.
And then outside of that, I think it's going to set up for this final episode is going to set everything up for a just giant war in season 3.
Yeah, I can see that.
That would be a letdown, though. I feel like he needs something.
Agree.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, there's been a lot of cool moments in this whole this whole season. Like, it's been a solid season, but it does seem like it's missing a little something. And the thing we always go back to, it still hasn't launched a character up to like Game of Thrones character status. Like there were so many good characters, like just like 20 characters deep that you loved and cared about. And this one, like they're all like very good. There's like a lot of B plus, B minus.
But I'm wondering too, because they said it like 3 times in this episode. They're like, do you really trust these people? So there's like one of these new dragon riders flip.
That's what I'm saying. I think that guy all flips 100%. I don't think he's going to be on their squad. But I think if Hugh flipped, I'd be shocked. I could see Adam flipping. I'm not sure why, but it was just because it was so incredibly easy and like him being like, I'm on your team.
So the only way I could see Adam flipping is if somehow Alex dies and then he's like pissed at Corlys Velaryon and then by proxy Rhaenyra, and that's when he flips. Outside of that, though, like if his brother is still fighting for Rhaenyra, he's not flipping.
Yeah. And then I would say Little Tully was probably the MVP of the episode overall. Yep. He and Vermithor. Oscar and Vermithor. Probably the two that.
What a combo.
Kind of kicked ass the most. All right. Any more final thoughts on this episode or predictions for next week?
Always go second when asked if you want to approach a dragon. That's my tip, my PSA.
Never go first.
Never go first.
I like that. Yeah. And also, can we just like, these guys need to figure it out. Like Hugh did the thing where he screams at Vermithor. Like Ulf just walks up and gets knocked over by his dragon. Just give him a nice little scritch on the nose. You're fine. Everything will be good. That's all they want. They're like a nice little dog. Yeah, nice little dog.
Do you think Vermithor, when like the big group of people was there, do you think Vermithor sensed that one of those people would be his rider, or do you think he was just like, I'm fucking pissed, and then he like saw the one guy and he's like, he's all right, or like, how do you think that works?
I was convinced that Rhaenyra at some point was going to be like, he can sense one of them. Like I was waiting for it, and she never did. Like especially when she touched him and she like connected with him.
Kind of looked at him.
I assumed that she would be like, oh yeah, there's clearly someone here he likes. But they never did that, and so I was kind of disappointed.
But there was a moment where was it like the Maester was like, we gotta go, and he's like, or the King's or the Queen's Guard or King's Guard, and she was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
she knew that it wasn't going to attack her. It was just trying to figure out who I'm going with down here.
Suss out who it liked and who it did.
So my other question, and I guess maybe just Daenerys, going back to Game of Thrones, maybe she was just so special. But so not all Targaryens clearly are fireproof.
No,
only like pure blood ones. Right?
That's why they called her the Unburnt.
But like Rhaenyra and like Damon aren't necessarily fireproof.
No, I think they're more fire resistant. Like you saw Rhaena when she was fighting Vhagar, like seemed to be more resistant to the fire, but I don't think fireproof. No,
and
because like as you saw from Lena, she got burned alive by Vhagar.
Right. Yeah, she smoked. Yeah,
and like Aegon didn't die. Like he got fucked up, but he didn't die.
Correct.
True. Yeah, right.
Like his dragon died and he didn't. So like that's you know proof positive that. And again, it was funny too because wasn't Daenerys's brother? They poured like Drogo poured like molten gold on him, killed him.
Yeah, crown for a king.
Like, let's see if you're fireproof.
He was not.
He was not.
That was another moment. There's a lot of moments on that show.
That was such a good moment.
There's a lot of crazy shit on that show.
Oh, it was so good.
All right, let us know what you guys thought of episode 7, season 2, House of the Dragon, at Dork Podcast on Twitter and Instagram and on YouTube. We'll be back next Sunday for our thoughts on the finale. And hopefully it's a good one. We shall see. Tune in to find out, as they say. And Davey and I will be back tomorrow for Deadpool and Wolverine.
And a lot of other stuff too.
I saw that yesterday.
Yes.
It was good.
Yep. Would you like to give it no spoiler free? Would you like to give us your you want to give us your
my Dork score
off air? Yeah.
Yeah, I can give it to you right now if you want it.
Yes, please.
I would go 5 out of 6.
Okay. 5 out of 6.
Rock hard 5. Rock hard.
You're gonna have to wait to hear our scores tomorrow.
Nice.
And we'll do a lot of San Diego Comic-Con news.
That's why we get a lot.
That stuff was ripping.
By the way, Scheim, did you know this snuck up on me? Valorant is now on PlayStation.
Yes, the Valorant is now a console game. You can play on the console. I don't think it's cross-plat at all, but you can play on console. Yes,
but it is free, so that's fun.
There
you go. Yeah, like that. Love that. All right, that'll do it for us. Scheim, we'll talk to you next week. Davey, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Everybody else, we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.